So I'm just about to facilitate a workshop on a similar topic. And so many of you might find yourselves frustrated when someone reaches out past a boundary that you have set. So I'm gonna give you just a quick example. So yesterday I got a text message. It was the second follow-up from somebody that I was purchasing something from. And I immediately got like really frustrated that this person texted me again. And I had asked last week, I said, can you please keep it to email because my text messages get lost. I don't have my notifications on anymore. And that lasted about 2 days. She sent me an email. I read the email, but I didn't get a chance to respond to it because I was really busy. So what happened after, she texted me to follow up. And again, it was like my gut, which I was just so frustrated that here we go again, right? And I'm like starting to think of like how I'm going to respond and, letting them know that they crossed this boundary. And then I just stopped. And what I realized was, let me go back to what I typically do. And let me not respond to the text, right? Because if I'm responding to the text that says it's okay to text me. So I went back into the email and I did a couple things. One is you don't want to be nasty or rude to someone, right? Think of something that you can give as a compliment. And that was, I did appreciate her follow-up skills, right? Her follow-up was on point. I respect that in salespeople so much because it doesn't happen a lot because it's sometimes rejection, right? And so I gave her that compliment, appreciated the follow-up, right? It was pretty consistent, but I also explained my scenario. And I realized the first time I wasn't clear. I just said, email me. I didn't say moving forward, right? In the future. So I gave her that compliment. And then I just asked, I said, moving forward, here's why it's best to email me versus text me. Texting, I don't check it. And then it gets lost and then I can't keep record of it. So if you could just email me, I will definitely look at it. And just because I didn't respond to it doesn't mean I didn't see it. So asked her to give me a couple days and just signed it off, very politely, very nicely, just said, thanks for understanding. And immediately got a great response, thank you, understood. And so oftentimes, right, we have this reaction and we get triggered or we get upset, but we have not made our boundary clear enough to others. We need to be super, super clear to others what that boundary is. Later on, I'll share another one. It's like when the universe is testing you, those boundaries will be crossed over and over again, but it is up to you to communicate to others how you need to be communicated to or how you like to be treated, etc. So for me, that was a huge win, saved the relationship. I didn't want to be nasty to someone that I did respect, but I just wanted to have that clear line in the sand. And now I don't lose the email. Now, we can communicate more effectively. So just think about that this week. When you might be upset, you might be triggered by something, think about how you're communicating, what those boundaries are. And if you're not clear, you cannot expect others to understand it.